Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymax, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be at about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's up, weirdos? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday yet again. How's it going, my dear Jamie?
It is going.
It is going.
And the amount of time the music takes, I can get the last YouTube link pasted on the comments of the posts.
Yep, I just went on and shared your post. I just freight train on you.
Anytime.
Bandwagon. Oh yeah, I'll just copy her post and post it. How's everybody doing tonight? What's been happening all week in your neck of the woods?
Ooh, solar eclipse we just had.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see it today. I noticed that it got darker here, but it was kind of just overcast and funky, you know. And
it looked dim. Oh,
it was, you know.
But it was Australia. We didn't see it, I guess, out here.
Okay. I couldn't tell if it was just overcast and gloomy here today, or if it was sun dimming happening.
Definitely the dimming.
Yep.
But around the time I knew the eclipse was happening, it got kind of like that shadowy that happens right before an eclipse anyways.
Yeah.
Only, for me, the sun still looked the same. But it did get like a certain type of shadow. But my sunset was like 40 minutes after it started anyway.
Huh. Yeah, I'll have to check it out, Debbie. I still have Netflix, even though I barely watch it. I've been more into listening to music and making puzzles instead of watching TV lately. I watch my YouTube, but got to keep up with my YouTube peoples. But yeah, Florida Man. I was doing like Florida Man news stories, and it was like starting to run out of Florida Man stories. Like you go look it up now, and they're all like old ones. It's like, what happened to Florida Man? Did he get self-conscious and quit being Florida Man? Then there was Florida Woman for a while, and
The only Florida ones I've been seeing lately too are kind of like normal ones, like an alligator, like something near the dune, an alligator, and some other like just like a random. It was still a weird, freaky thing, but it's pretty
Yeah.
tame.
Watch episode 6, Surviving Death. Okay, I'll have to check that one out.
That's pretty bad when the world is so jacked up that Florida seems normal all of a sudden.
I know. It's
You
like
know,
we
by
were like the
contrast,
wacky, crazy state. Now we're just kind of boring. Like, don't even
now
make the
you're like
headline.
normal.
I forget what was the last thing I even watched. We watched some series, and I can't remember what it was. Must have not been that great. But watch them in order. Okay, will do. John's dropping in momentary.
Who's she talking? Which? Oh, Florida man.
Yep.
I'm catching up now in the comments. Now I see what you guys are.
Yeah, I wasn't even really finding that great of news articles this week. I got a few, but not a whole lot. I'll do this one first. It's a little early for it, but
Never too early, if it's what I think.
it's another SpaceX launch.
Oh.
But Elon Musk plans to launch SpaceX Starship rocket on 420. And its payload is 500 pounds of weed. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, they're gonna launch it supposedly tomorrow on 420. And why is my calendar coming up?
I forgot all about that too.
This is the test flight of SpaceX highly anticipated Starship rocket. I wasn't trusting my eyes. Eventually, en route to the moon and Mars, was delayed from its original launch date on Monday and rescheduled for a new day, 420. The rocket remains on the launch pad located at Cameron County, Texas, approximately 17 miles east of Brownsville, while engineers get the rocket's pressurized system ready again, which unexpectedly froze. A pressurant valve appears to be frozen, so unless it starts operating soon, no launch today, said Musk. SpaceX is targeting as soon as Thursday, April 20th, for the first flight test of a fully integrated Starship and Super Heavy rocket from Starbase in Texas, the company posted. The 62-minute launch window opens at 8:28 a.m. Central Time and closes at 9:30 a.m. Central Time. The fact that it will launch on April 20th is perhaps inevitable, Musk tweeted in reply to the announcement. What makes Starship unique is its fully reusable transportation system designed to carry both crew and cargo to Earth orbit. Musk and SpaceX team believe that all humanity will return to the moon and travel to Mars. This particular test will help SpaceX improve the probability of success in the future. Hopefully, she'll blow up. To date, SpaceX has completed multiple suborbital flight tests of Starship's upper stage from Starbase, successfully demonstrating the unprecedented approach to controlled flight. These flight tests help validate the vehicle's design, proving Starship can fly through the subsonic phase of entry before relighting its engines, flipping itself to a vertical configuration, and landing back safely. Well, at least I hope that's what happens.
It's only got a 50% chance it's going to blow up.
Yeah, and it's only, I don't know how many millions of dollars just igniting. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully he's got it figured out. I see Elon Musk is,
I think they're actually expecting it to blow up though on return. The prototype in 21 blew up.
Yeah.
And I think they're almost like kind of expecting that it's going to. But at least there's not people on it yet.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that trips me out is, they have all these launches like planned, and then what was it, a pressurized valve failed. And I know they're doing these launches as tests and all, so you got to test stuff. But I mean, really, like, you shouldn't have shit breaking down. Like, if you're planning on putting people on there, it's like, spend the extra couple bucks and get the better pressurized valves. Maybe don't use the bargain basement ones.
Or test this like 100 times until none of that thing happens at all, and then think
Yeah.
about putting somebody on it.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's not their style.
Yeah. But who knows? We went to the moon supposedly on, back in the 60s with, a tin can and some duct tape and baling wire, ham radio. So it must not be that hard to get there.
And a prayer and a song.
You notice, though, am I correct in thinking that all of the astronauts that supposedly were on that first trip to the moon, are they all dead now? I was going to look that up just to make sure.
I'm not sure.
I was wondering if they're all passed away yet, because I thought it was kind of suspicious that if they are all dead, that now we're really talking about exploring the moon and going back to the moon again. And it's like, does all those astronauts like finally dying, does that have some thing with why we're all of a sudden interested in the moon again? Did they really see something they couldn't talk about? And what did they tell them, if they did? I watched a show. Oh, I didn't watch. I listened to a show on Coast to Coast the other night, just part of it. And they were talking about all the astronauts and how they were really cagey and like really nervous through any of their interviews. And, they would get like angry, like almost violent, like Buzz would get pissed off really easy. And they have training as astronauts to not get pissed off, because you don't want somebody freaking out in space.
No.
But they would all have like episodes after their, supposed moon travel, and where they, like, if they saw something they weren't supposed to see, or they saw something and the government said, don't ever talk about it. It's like, what do they hold over them to make them not talk about it?
It was the threaten like their family, probably.
Yeah.
This says 4 of them are still alive as of January of this year.
4 of them.
I just assume they must threaten them with their life somehow. I mean, you've got to be pretty damn scared to like shut up that long.
Yeah. Yeah, if you watch those interviews when they first came back, either they're just extremely tired and delirious and not haven't been unpressurized properly, or they're nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory. They have that real weird look on their face.
They could use somebody else as an example and like make you witness what's going to happen to you if you talk.
Yeah.
Easily sacrifice somebody else that, already whatever.
Weird. I don't know.
You have to be scared. That's why people talk like that's why I was listening to the people on their deathbeds, when they've been working the government and they're like they're terminal and they don't have much longer to live, and then they finally get to tell their story.
Yeah.
And you can see the relief and the release of the weightlifting as they're like finally getting to like say all this stuff they couldn't even say to their families.
Yeah.
It's like, now why would they wait until they're about to die to come out and say this?
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I've got some leaked photos. Let me pull this back up. Leaked images of phantom UFO over active conflict zone leaves experts baffled. And the pictures are like really hard to see. A series of images of a phantom UFO flying over an active conflict zone has been leaked to 2 investigative journalists, leaving them baffled by the discovery. Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp shared the images on their podcast Weaponized and have dubbed the sighting the Baghdad Phantom UAP. They explained that the images of the cylindrical-shaped object had been leaked by the U.S. Air Force after being taken by a Reaper drone in May 2022. The source of the images was allegedly frustrated by red tape surrounding the images, as they believed the military had buried some incidents. Jeremy and George released a statement about the images, which reads, "Investigative journalists Jeremy and George obtained and are revealing for the first time U.S. military-filmed UFO footage from an active conflict zone, imaged by the U.S. Air Force using a Reaper drone. This UFO has been officially designated by the Air Force as a UAP, but it is not yet currently part of the active United States UAP investigations, seemingly due to obstacles of information flow after collection. The Department of Defense's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office is now aware of this case." And one of these I think this bottom one is the first one that they're showing. And the object is supposed to be in the bottom left. I think where that little black line is. Yeah. And then the other one has like the bottom right. Yeah, there's another line. So those are the images that they're talking about.
Yeah, I didn't even see that one. Yeah, that's definitely more weird looking.
Yeah.
Up here because there's like a mark on this one, but I was like, yeah, that's Mo Betta.
Mo Betta. The podcast, which has gained more than 17,000 views, Jeremy says, right now, our government, they've officially labeled it UAP, but it hasn't gone to the right places. He went on to explain the images, adding, "This is a very skinny object compared to its length. If you look in the top left, you will see this is filmed in white hot, which means that the background is hotter than the image. By the way, I can confirm with 100% that this object flew under controlled flight with intelligent control across the screen from left to right." To which George replied, "Kind of looks like a torpedo or a rocket." However, Jeremy insisted that it was not a torpedo because it's over land and argued that you would see if this was a rocket too. Corbell claims the video was interesting because the object does not show the traditional signatures of what you'd see for reactionary populism.
Yeah, I listened to him talking. I watched a video, it's on YouTube, of them having the discussion about this. And it was pretty interesting. The other night I was listening again in the wee hours of the morning. Coast to Coast, I was listening to an old Art Bell broadcast, and it was the one where the guy had like gotten a little plane and was flying over and around Area 51, and he's called in to Art Bell as he was doing it, supposedly. And Art Bell had talked to the guy's girlfriend prior to that, and he got her name, but he never mentioned her name on the air or anything, or to the guy. And he asked him if he had a girlfriend or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, and he said yeah, and said her name, and so Art was just kind of confirmed that at least the girl that called in, was legit. But yeah, the guy was like, "Yeah, I'm over Area 51," and then oh man, they're shooting at me.
I forgot about that. That's funny.
Yeah, and then the radio goes silent, and Art's like, I don't know what we just listened to."
I don't know what we just listened to.
Yeah.
At least he wasn't. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, Pappas. I mean, I've seen, several of Buzz's interviews. He was like real, just like, he was one of the ones they were talking about in the thing I was listening to the other day. He'd had all this training to not have outbursts and anger management problems and all. But yeah, every time he was
body language in his face.
Yeah, and he's the one that he's punched a couple of interviewers on the street and stuff. Yeah, he was not comfortable at all talking about anything like that. Funny. I don't know, it's funny, but it's funny weird. Funny weird, like, I smell something fishy.
And the government makes you sign your life away in these non-disclosure agreements.
Yeah.
And you don't know what they tell you.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can tell by just the way he got really, pissed off. And it's not normal. It's not normal. You just ask a question and, here he is freaking out about it.
Going ham on the dude.
Oh, geez. Carjacking idiots, that's for sure.
Oh, no.
It's never good. Pop a cap in their ass.
Do you have security like a surveillance camera or a doorbell camera, at least? Not that anybody's going to do anything about it, but...
Yeah. Well, this is kind of a Florida man story. It was 10 years ago, but 10 years on, the man who was swallowed by a sinkhole. Yeah, that's the other thing we have here in Florida is sinkholes. And one of them opened up, I don't know, 6 months ago, something like that, right in the main intersection, right up the road from my house here. Road just caved in, and it was like 20 feet deep. They're out there, truckload after truckload after truckload of dirt and debris, trying to fill it up, and then asphalt over it. And every time I drive over it, I'm like, did they put enough stuff in here? What if it opens up more? Could be swallowed by the earth. Well, that's apparently.
Sometimes.
Do you?
Only once in a while.
Well, this guy, man, imagine this. Back in 2013, Jeff Bush had been sleeping in his bed when a hole suddenly opened up in his bedroom floor and the ground swallowed him up. Now that's like a living nightmare, not a dream though. The incident, which occurred in Seffner, Florida on March 1st, 2013, began when Jeff's brother Jeremy and his partner Rachel, who had been sleeping in a neighboring room, suddenly heard a loud commotion and a scream, prompting them to rush through the door to see what happened. We ran down the hallway. I flicked the light on. We opened up the door, and it's all we seen was a big old hole. All we seen was a big old hole. And Jeff was gone, said Jeremy. With little regard for his own safety, he jumped in the hole after him. The floor was still giving in. Dirt was still going down, but I didn't care. I wanted to save my brother, he said. But I just couldn't do nothing. I could swear I heard him hollering my name to help him. When rescuers arrived, they were able to pull Jeremy out of the hole. I don't know what that word is. And but there was no sign of Jeff whatsoever. The next day, engineers deemed the entire site unsafe. In the end, the house was demolished and the hole was filled in with gravel, and no trace of Jeff's body was ever found. So he's down there somewhere. What a way to go, though, man.
Wait,
be
who
late.
was the guy in the bed? Was that who was never seen again, or the brother that jumped in?
No, it was the guy that was in the bed, and the sinkhole was like opened up. Like, I mean, that's some Freddy's nightmare type of shit right there. Like you're
That's
just
what I
laying
pictured, the water bed.
in bed, and you just like all of a sudden you just like you're just ate up by the ground. You just going down, and no way to get out. Man, that would suck.
It's terrifying. Then you watch it happen. Talk about the PTSD after that.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I ain't going to bed in that room. I ain't going to bed in any room. Freddy will be back. Yeah. It's like I had a friend that was out there in California during all the mudslides several years back.
Oh,
Same kind of thing, you know. He just woke up in the middle of the night. Him and his girlfriend were in bed, woke up. Holy shit, the whole house is like just coming apart and sliding down the hill. And he grabbed his girlfriend by the hand and he lost her and never found her. She was just gone. They never found her.
Or they Bay Area or down south, like by LA.
I think they were, I want to say,
down here by Pacifica, right?
yeah, I want to say the Bay Area is where he was at.
That's where we had all those mudslides. It was scary. People just like completely lost their houses.
Yeah, his house just gone. He managed to found his acoustic guitar and like a couple of odds and ends, and that was it. And his girlfriend was never. He was just so freaked out about it that he just moved and left California, came here for a while, and I think he's working in Europe now. He works for eBay or Amazon or something like that.
And so he saw her actually fall. So he has to.
Yeah, he said he was holding her hand, and she just got pulled out of his hand, and she just disappeared in the mud and debris and everything, and she was never found.
I would have nightmares for the rest of my life.
Yeah, he was. He just said he couldn't live. He obviously freaked out, but yeah, he just said he had personal turmoil going on since then, and just had to get out of California and start a new life, basically.
I can imagine.
Sinkhole is kind of the same thing in a way. It's sort of a landslide, but it's more of a, yeah.
I mean, same concept. Your fault,
Yeah.
When you end up just along the coast, and when you end up,
yeah, who knows where?
Yeah, like where do they go? Like under just a bunch of stuff buried alive?
Yeah, portal to hell. I mean,
because it's not like that's what I was thinking. Like, do you just fall to hell? Like,
yeah,
it's not quicksand, and like, how far does it go until you stop?
Yeah. I was reading another article, and they said this thing was about 60 feet deep where they pulled the guy out.
Holy crap.
So, yeah, how far did his brother go down? I mean, who knows?
How tall is like a 3-story parking garage?
30, 40 feet.
Damn.
So it's like 10 to 12 feet per level, I guess. Maybe 15, but I mean, most ceilings in places are, 8 foot, 10 foot. And, then you got ceiling and floor. So
it's an actual nightmare.
Yeah. I mean, we get storms here, we get hurricanes, all that crap. But those are somewhat predictable, and you have, you got like a week's notice, I mean, sometimes tornadoes pop up really quick. You don't really have that much notice, but they'll say, at least you get some notice. It's like tornadoes touch the ground, and it's heading this way or that way. I mean, sinkholes and earthquakes, you don't really get a warning for nothing unless you're watching your bird or your animals.
Exactly.
You kind of tell something might be going on by them, but other than that, man, it just hits you. I've only been in 1 or 2 earthquakes. One, when I was growing up in the house, that's what my mom told me it was. But I was in Costa Rica and experienced it for the first time, and it kind of freaked me out. I won't lie. I wasn't used
because when you're like away from home, far away too.
Yeah. I wasn't used to the ground shaking under my feet. And there was at one point, the ground, I was standing, there was a sidewalk and there was a grassy area. And the sidewalk and the grass were just constantly doing this, just like going up and down, weird. And I'm thinking, I'm from Florida. I'm used to sinkholes. I'm going to fall in a hole and disappear. Here in Costa Rica, nobody's ever going to find me.
That's a rolling earthquake, and those are a trip. You can see like the sidewalk do that sometimes.
Yeah, it was weird. I'm just looking down at it, and I'm like,
I'm going to get swallowed up in this freaking country.
Is the sidewalk and the grass moving, or did I eat some kind of weird mushrooms on my sandwich at lunch? What's going on? Yeah.
Damn. How long did it last?
Well, it was only like a couple of minutes, maybe, at that, if that. The earthquake, I don't know, it felt like an hour, but it was probably only 30 seconds or something. I don't know.
Do you have aftershock?
Yeah, a little. Had a little bit of that, but not much. But there's some of the roads there are so freaking sketchy. You got to watch for falling rocks and boulders, and it's like, I want to be on some of these roads if there's an earthquake going on. Just saying to y'all, just like you and the whole road and everything gets knocked off the side of the mountain.
No way. It's like going on Highway 1 when you're right next to the mountainsides, and there's like the cliff and the ocean, and then there's mountain, all these boulders coming down. Like, it scares the hell out of me. You either have to be right next to the wall where you can reach out and touch it sometimes, or the side with the freaking ocean on the other side.
Yeah. 200 feet
down.
Oh,
damn, Marie.
Jeez. People done going crazy, man. Yeah, rock slides are no joke.
Either is sometimes playing a game of Monopoly.
Wow.
Let me reject all this. Brussels Monopoly game, a samurai sword fight with man said to be fighting for his life. A samurai sword fight broke out in Brussels when a game of Monopoly went wrong, according to reports. The trouble reportedly started in the forest area of the Belgian capital at about 5 a.m. on Sunday, when residents became annoyed by 4 people playing the board game on the pavement outside their home. A man came out of his house, apparently brandishing a stick, and got into an argument with the Monopoly players. Reports say the resident's son then came outside armed with a Japanese samurai sword in its holster. During the scuffles that followed, the katana sword became exposed after the sheath was allegedly removed by one of the Monopoly players. The player tried to grab the katana and removed the holster. The son tried to get it back, police said. It's thought that the son and one of the Monopoly players were injured by the blade. The Brussels Midi police confirmed 2 men were taken to the hospital. The Monopoly player was later discharged. Local, but the resident's son was said to be in a life-threatening condition. Both men were also arrested. The area along the street where the game had been played by the group, which consisted of 3 men and a woman, was left stained with large patches of blood and scattered with Monopoly cards after the confrontation. So the crime scene was a bunch of blood and some Monopoly cards.
That's like some hardcore Monopoly play right there.
Were they playing for real money?
It must have been.
I mean, some people take it serious, but damn.
Yeah.
No, they were just pissed because they wanted him off the sidewalk.
I'm sure there was no alcohol involved in that, though.
Completely rational.
Yeah. See, if they were all smoking weed, the one guy, he could have been a little pissed, but he'd be like, dude, I could cut your head off with a samurai sword if I wanted to. And the other guy would be like, yeah, probably so. I'm glad you're not, though. That had been the end of it.
Yeah. Or he would just be like the samurai sword and start to laugh, and the other guy would be like, and it'd be over.
Yeah. Be like Michonne on The Walking Dead. Then I'd walk your zombie corpse around.
Oh no! Mark your head on my stick.
Yep.
The brandishing. Cut off your head and brandish it on a stick.
Well, this one.
Oh, Marie's got a Florida man story.
Yeah. People are crazy. Billy Currington had it right in that song. Present. Share screen. Whoopee. Could building telescopes on the moon be the future of astronomy? See, it's like we hadn't been to the moon in 50 years. Now all of a sudden we're interested in going to the moon again. Like we could just do it anytime we want. Hey, we're going to build a damn telescope up there. And we're going to spy back on y'all people on Earth. What was once a pipe dream is fast becoming a very real technological possibility. Lunar exploration is undergoing a renaissance. Dozens of missions organized by multiple space agencies and increasingly by commercial companies are set to visit the moon by the end of this decade. Most of these will involve small robotic spacecraft, but NASA's ambitious Artemis program aims to return humans to the lunar surface by the middle of the decade, which is coming up quick. Man, time flies. There are various reasons for all this activity, including geopolitical posturing and the search for lunar resources such as water, ice at the lunar poles, which can be extracted and turned into hydrogen and oxygen propellant for rockets. However, science is also sure to be a major beneficiary. The moon still has much to tell us about the origin and evolution of the solar system. It also has scientific value as a platform for observational astronomy. The potential role for astronomy of the Earth's natural satellite was discussed by a Royal Society meeting earlier this year. The meeting itself, in part, had been sparked by the enhanced access to the lunar surface now in prospect. We're going to go to the moon and find gold. Or moon dust.
Moon rock.
Moon rock. We're going to be selling that moon rock down at the Pick and Save parking lot.
Not the Piggly Wiggly.
But yeah, it's like all of a sudden, all this interest in the moon sparks my curiosity.
And it wasn't Musk wanting to go to Mars by 2024, like what you were saying a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It's like they're all planning on leaving us behind as they
Yep.
all take off with our DNA up to the
Exactly.
space stations they've been building up there.
Yep.
Or underground.
They need our DNA to infuse into their AI robotics.
That's the new Noah's Ark.
Yep. We're going to take 2 black people, 2 white people, 2 Italians, 2 Chinese people. Yeah.
And a partridge.
And a pear tree.
As we were talking about them marching the head on a stick, I had looked down because my Google is still open, and it says couple beheaded themselves with a homemade guillotine in India.
Damn, that's a way to go.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, honey, come over here and lay in this thing for a minute. We'll test it out. Oh, it works.
Well, life on the red planet might be possible if there's already evidence of life, like this person seems to think. They're saying alien life 100% confirmed with a pink and green plant found growing on Mars. A UFO hunter believes they have found signs of alien life on Mars after spotting a pink and green plant on the red planet. Scott shared the news with his fans after making the mind-blowing discovery while poring over photos released by NASA. And a lot of people do that. They spend hours going through all these different random photos, like thousands and thousands of them. The image was filmed by Mars Perseverance, which is currently on a mission to look for signs of past life on the planet and prepare the inhospitable environment for human exploration. Scott, who runs the blog UFO Sightings Daily, said the image is 100% proof of alien life on Mars, and he added that he made a similar sighting 2 years ago, but that time it was a white rose. Scott said, I found this pink and green plant from a rock on Mars. It's one of the latest Mars Perseverance rover photos, so it's 100% new stuff. I reported a white rose on Mars I found back in 2020, but this one being 2 colors and close up is just mind-blowing. I think any plant on Mars would be mind-blowing no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Now you know why NASA puts most photos into false color, to hide the truth from the public. 100% proof that life exists on planet Mars right now. Previously, Scott spotted what he believed to be a foot-tall alien with a pink body in images released by NASA. And I'm sorry, with their AI, I'm sure they scan their own pictures now, especially now before they put them out for things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to find this holy grail, most likely. You might find a little something, but you're not going to get no freaking alien.
Yeah.
I don't think. The original image was uploaded by NASA in April 21, but was found by him on February 3rd, 22. And it appears to show the alien laying in a relaxed pose similar to Kate Winslet in Titanic. Speaking at the time, he said, everyone here knows I love to comb through NASA photos. Well, I came across something unique, something that is 100% proof of intelligent life. It's a plant, though. And again, why would it be alien? Proof of alien. Why would it be proof of intelligent life? If it's a plant, that would be proof of life on the planet, if anything.
Yeah. And supposedly, I mean, they've already found, bacteria and stuff that's a living bacteria on life on Mars.
Yeah.
It don't look like a little alien laying back like Kate Winslet. Somebody got to be using a hell of a lot of imagination or some drugs to picture that one.
That's what I'm confused. Is that what he's saying is the alien or the plant? Because I thought when I looked up and he's talking about the white rose, that this was like a plant. That's why I'm confused why they're calling it an alien. I thought he was like calling this a plant the whole time. And okay, so now I get it. I get it. So that's supposed to be the alien because then it says there's a person laying down watching the NASA. There's a person laying down watching the NASA Mars rover from a safe distance away. The person is about 1 foot tall and is laying down, pinkish upper chest, neck, and face, reddish hair, wearing a dark suit, but has a gray object over one shoulder. It looks like a backpack of some sort. That's what they're talking about? I thought there was another picture he took that they were like talking about mixed in the same story.
I don't know.
That is not an alien. I'm sorry.
Weed's got to be a lot better for me to see what they're describing. Yeah.
Or his eyes, or your eyes might go crazy after look. I mean, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't look like an alien to me. I don't know what that is.
I was thinking it was like a, little plant, mushroom, something.
Yeah,
I could go with that. I could go
like
with
a
that.
sprout.
JL says maybe it's a chocolate bar wrapper behind. Could be. Could be some space junk that just like fell and landed there. Who knows? I don't know. It's interesting. It's not normal looking
Yeah.
for the surface of Mars, but I couldn't say 100% proof it's an alien.
It's weird that it's got the color it does.
It's either an alien or a chocolate bar wrapper, one or the other. We're going to go with alien. I don't know. Interesting. I would like to know actually what it is, Did they ever find out? Is there ever any, part 2? Or is it like all those Facebook videos that they get you to watch it and then it's like, watch part 2 for the end. And there's never any part 2. I hate that.
Sometimes I'll just look, and if I don't see like a next part, I won't watch the first one.
Yeah.
If I look at the date and it's like, it's already been a few days, like they'll be like, oh, watch for part 2 in an hour.
Yeah.
If it's been sitting there, it's like I'm not gonna freaking look.
Yeah. I got sucked into that Facebook watch portal the other night, and I'm just like watching one after the other. Why am I doing this?
Because they force you.
Speaking of live cameras, this is one that I've become quite accustomed to watching. It's kind of boring right now, but Fridays and Saturday nights, this is live downtown St. Augustine at the Teeny Martini Bar. It's usually packed up there with people and people all out on the sidewalk and cars everywhere. But, tonight at 12:52 a.m. here, it's kind of a ghost town. So, yeah, I just find myself watching this for like an hour at a time. I know, I'm weird, right? Hey, got the perfect platform for that. Let's see.
Totally. Are you?
This one is it me or you? I got
It's you.
Present. No, you can do it. Oh. Woman is found alive inside a car that was submerged in a lake.
I saw that headline today and I didn't read it.
Man, talk about laying in bed and, getting swallowed up by the earth. Laying in a car underwater for who knows how long. That would be kind of frightening. You watched that one too, huh? Yep. I'm always watching that. So the woman was pulled out of a vehicle after it had been submerged underwater for quite some time. I have some questions I'll ask at the end of this too. The notion of being trapped in a sinking car as it slowly fills up with water is one sure to give most people nightmares. But how often do you hear about someone remaining trapped in a submerged car for a considerable amount of time and then being pulled out alive? The remarkable scenario played out in the Lake of the Pines, Texas, recently when a fisherman spotted what looked like the back of a Jeep submerged in the water around 40 foot from the boat ramp. When the emergency services arrived, he helped officers to remove the car from the water and was surprised to find that there was actually someone still moving around inside it. Incredibly, they were able to pull her from the vehicle, still very much alive. After warming up, she was taken to a local hospital for treatment. It remains unclear just how long she had been in the submerged car or how the car had ended up in the lake in the first place, but it soon transpired that she had been registered as a missing person. With the assistance of the record service, fishermen, and Marion County deputies, a female was safely rescued from the submerged Jeep, the police said in a statement. EMS responded to the location and transported the female to a local hospital. So my question is, how did she get in the lake in the first place, 40 feet from a boat ramp? Did she drive herself into the lake? Because, sometimes people do that. Or did somebody drive her into the lake? Like put a brick on her accelerator, had her in the back seat, knocked out, and drove her into the lake? Who knows? I got questions, and nobody's here to answer them.
Because you would think if she was going to do it to herself, wouldn't she like roll her windows down first?
Yeah, you would think about it. I don't know. I don't know what goes through your mind right before you decide to drive yourself into the lake, but
I just think that would take forever. Like, why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do it to yourself, you'd want it to get it over with as like quick as possible, it seems like.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe somebody drove her in the lake. Maybe she passed out and the car just rolled out into the water very slowly and just floated out and sank and she couldn't get out. I don't know.
And how long was she missing for?
Doesn't say. You got to be missing at least 24 hours to file a missing persons report or something. 12 hours, 24. I don't know what it is.
Now, what if somebody drugged her, thinking they gave her? I'm just speculating. Drugged her, and then they thought they gave her enough, and did the brick, and then the chick woke up and was like, ended up either not as deep or whatever happened didn't work the way they thought, and so the girl wakes up, and her were like worst nightmare.
Yeah, with a bubble somewhere to breathe. That would suck. Big time. Yeah, like Marissa's getting trapped underwater is one of her nightmares. Big time for a lot of people, I would imagine.
That was happening out here with those atmospheric rivers. People would just be sitting in their car, and then all of a sudden there'd be like this crazy flood, and they were stuck in the water.
Crazy.
Drowning us like rats. Well, if you suffer from social anxiety, don't worry, because there is a cure. Sniffing other people's sweat might help reduce it.
Really?
Remember, we were talking about the pheromones not too long ago.
Yep.
Let me reject all this. Reject. Sniffing other people's body odor may be able to help treat social anxiety, according to new research. Armpit sweat was taken from volunteers who watched either happy or scary film clips, including Mr. Bean's Holiday, Sister Act, and The Grudge. The samples were then used alongside more traditional mindfulness therapy to treat social anxiety. The study revealed mindfulness was more effective when combined with sniffing the body odor. Was there something missing? No. The study involved 48 women who suffered from social anxiety, some of whom were exposed to clean air and others to body odor. Patients who completed a mindfulness session were exposed to body odors. The patients who completed a mindfulness session while exposed to body odors saw a 39% reduction in social anxiety, while without body odor, there was a 17% reduction. The researchers believe there is something about human sweat that affects the response to treatment. However, said more work is needed to confirm the link. They thought there might be different effects on treatment depending on the volunteer's emotions while perspiring. It makes me think of adrenochrome, which is why they got them to watch films to elicit particular feelings. However, the effect was the same whether the sweat giver had been watching a comedy or horror. Lead researcher Elisa said she was a little surprised by this. It may be that simply being exposed to the presence of someone else has this effect, but we need to confirm this, she said. Social anxiety is a mental health condition where people worry excessively about social situations. There's, according to a website, there's currently a number of treatments available for the condition, including cognitive behavioral therapy, guided self-help, and antidepressant medications.
I can't think of an instance where smelling somebody's
BO
BO has ever
calmed you?
calmed my anxiety. Just the opposite. When I used to work at a place out on the beach, there was this girl that would come in, and we called her Monkey Girl.
Oh no.
But I am not even exaggerating. It was a 3,000 square foot building, and she could fill every square inch of that building with funky BO. And whenever she would pull in the driveway, everybody would scramble to see who was the last person left, at the sales counter. And I got stuck there a couple of times. Yeah. Had to deal with Monkey Girl. As the owner is running around opening all the doors to the entire building, turning the the fan on.
What was her name on Saturday Night Live? When she go like this, when she goes, when I'm nervous, I go like this and smell my hair.
It's like,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Ew.
Yeah, I mean, it was
You gotta open doors and everything.
Oh yeah, and then the smell would linger. She'd be gone for 45 minutes, and the place still smelled like a dirty sock full of rotten tacos.
And you weren't comforted.
No, I wasn't really comforted with that smell. My anxiety, I think, would go up because I'd see her pulling a parking lot, and I'd start panicking, like, "Oh, we gotta."
So you didn't feel safe.
No, I didn't feel warm and fuzzy or safe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I felt the sheer sense of panic because I knew what was coming. I often think about her. It's burned into my brain. I'm like, I wonder where she is now. I wonder if she still stinks. I wonder if she could ever smell herself. I wonder, did she care? I have a lot of questions about Monkey Girl. Sorry. But I do. I still think about her. I'm like,
but how did she get the monkey name?
I don't know, because she was kiteboarding at the time, and she had kind of this monkey stance, like this, like, yeah.
So I don't know if she had like lice or something.
I don't know what she had, but it was 100% funky as hell.
Oh wow.
I mean, it was dank. It was like, yeah. Yeah.
I know something similar, but if I say it, then the people involved will definitely know what I'm talking about, so I'm not.
Yeah. Lack of drinking water, huh? If I'd have known that, I'd have bought a bitch a gallon of water. Yeah.
Why does drinking water help you your BO?
She says They don't get rid of toxins through the urine, but instead through their pores. Hence the stink.
Ah. Aha. Being hydrated has a lot of benefits.
Yeah. I was working in the storage shed that, I had several.
Oh, jeez.
Jamie let me vent to her about the storage shed. But yeah, I was working there one day. It's hot as hell, and my buddy calls me and he's like, "Hey, I got off work. Want to go play disc golf?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, definitely. Let me get done over here." So I run by the house and get my stuff, and I hurried up and finished what I was doing. It was like 120 degrees in the damn storage shed. I got home, I walked in, the AC was on, it was all nice and cool. I'm like, God, something stinks in here. I'm like, oh shit, that's me. Like, I can't go play disc golf with my friends smelling like funky whatever. So yeah, had to do the quick.
Jeez.
Pretty bad when you stink yourself out.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for me in articles. You want to do your other in here?
I'm caught right between, like, I was about to sneeze and yawn at the same second.
Uh-oh.
Now I don't know what's going to happen. Ready for launch. The mission to find alien life on Jupiter's icy moons. In a few days, a probe will be blasted into space on an 8-year mission to find signs of life in other worlds in our solar system. The spacecraft will not head to local destinations such as the planet Mars. However, instead, it will fly into deep space and survey the icy moons of distant Jupiter. In doing so, it will open up a new chapter in the hunt for extraterrestrial life. Oh, I got to read this earlier, and now I guess that was a trial.
Oh,
Let me see if I can find another article on it really fast. Damn it. Because I was able to go through the whole thing. Okay.
yeah. I always,
This is 7 days ago from Sky News. They're saying that the JUICE mission is delayed. The European Space Agency's mission to find alien life on Jupiter's moons. A space mission with a name like no other is about to embark on a journey to find alien life on the moons of Jupiter when the weather allows, at least. JUICE, that's short for Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer, is a European Space Agency venture to make they're going to make observations of the gas giant. It had been due to blast off into space yesterday, but the launch has been postponed because of lightning risk. The next launch window is expected to be around 1:14 p.m. today, so I don't know when this was. This was April 14th.
yeah. Royal said it launched a few days ago.
Oh shit. Well, hold on, let me find the launch.
I always look at our moon. I get these Skywatcher binoculars, and I'm always looking at the moon. You never realize, that it doesn't really, it rotates around us, but it never moves. So that's why there's always the dark side of the moon. And there goes my weird brain wondering what's on the other side of the moon. What does it look like? Does it look the same, just dark? Or is that where all the glass structures are that supposedly the astronauts saw? I don't know. Let's ask Buzz. Probably get punched in the teeth.
Probably. Now, of course, I'm not able to get back into my internet because of Wi-Fi. I don't see one that's sooner than 5 days. More recent than 5 days. How long ago was it? It must have been 5 days ago.
Hmm.
Here, this explains. Okay. This is 6 days ago. Come Friday evening, Indian time, the launch got postponed from Thursday. Okay, so because of weather. I'm just looking for where it explains at least the other one, like explained what they were doing. And that's the whole purpose. So you know what they're doing when they're going up there. But I don't see what I'm looking for now. So.
So yeah, I'm just looking up Buzz. I thought for some reason that he had passed away, but he's still here hanging in.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. When you said that, I was thinking, wait. And I was thinking there was like one or two that were still around.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I thought he had passed. I wasn't sure.
Went to the moon in 69 and retired in 71. He's like, been to the moon, one and done. Mic drop, I'm out of here. You guys make me nervous. I can't take it anymore. Buzz Aldrin gets married at 93 to his longtime love. Damn.
Oh, yeah. I remember reading that.
Well, 93. It's like he ain't got a long time to go. Unless, you know, he got some of that alien stuff that makes him live forever.
You never know.
Yeah, we had to take our dog to the vet. Speaking of that, not that they gave that to her, but we had to take her to the vet yesterday. And our vet, he's good. I like him, but damn, he's expensive because his business is out at the World Golf Center area. So, you know,
You're right.
yeah, $614 later. They were like, yeah, we really don't know what's wrong with her. We may have to do an ultrasound next week. Good Lord, how much is that going to be? And I love this place. Like I say, they're good. They're good with her and all that. But, you know, they just you go up to the front desk and it's like, okay, today it'll be $614. Just like you're just like buying a hamburger at McDonald's, you know, $3. Last time it was like, oh, today's bill is $1,242. Would you like to pay cash or check? I asked the lady yesterday, I was like, can I have some heart medicine? And she totally went over her head. I wanted some heart medicine because of the sticker shock on the bill. And she was like, oh, do you have heartworms too? Like, no,
How
but
much was it?
$614.
For the dog?
Yes, ma'am. Surely was.
What type of heart medicine? Wait, what is it now? My alarm was going off. The neighbors get pissed.
They didn't know. They just said, yeah. They took some x-rays and, you know, did some blood work. We did get her blood work back today, and there's a couple of things that are higher than last time on there.
Like, is there water around it, like congestive heart or?
No, he said her lungs look good. Her intestines are like, he's like, she looks like she's been swallowing a lot of air. I'm like, well, she does fart a lot. I don't know. Yeah, they said everything looks pretty normal. She's just like, she's fat and she's old, but she's fat. And both of my dogs pretty much eat the same diet. And, you know, we didn't think we were really overfeeding them. And they, I cook them dinner. I mean, I cook them ground turkey or chicken or whatever. And so now we're just feeding them even less. He's like, no, you're just overfeeding them. I'm like, damn, she ain't gonna like all this going on a diet thing.
It doesn't sound like she liked the sound of it.
Yeah, really.
So, did you get the heart medicine?
No, she don't need any heart medicine.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, I was like about to need it myself too. I'm thinking, wait, no, you
Yeah.
didn't. Okay.
No, when the lady told me how much
Okay.
it was, I asked for some heart medicine, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you have heartworms?" And I'm thinking, "No, I got sticker
They're
shock.
just trying to
Heart
freaking
attack."
make money.
Yeah,
And that's messed up because if she don't need it, that can like cause problems.
yeah, yeah. Diets can be challenging for sure for a dog. I always like, no, you can't eat anymore, and then she's looking at me with the sad eyes, and then and then I'm a sucker. I'm like, fuck, sucks. I don't want my dog to just sit around starving. She's not starving. She's just a fat little pig. Sometimes I think they eat more than I do.
You're like Lincoln Log. I was laughing so hard. She's like, did I come in at the wrong time?
Oh yeah, when Dixie came in, she's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, ooh, what's going on?" Yeah, she was freaking out yesterday because we took her in the vet's office, with Tiki, and yeah, man, she was not having it. I just went ahead and put her up on the scale just to weigh her while the doctor wasn't in there. Yeah, she was not happy. Not happy.
She's
Well,
a long one.
Yeah. Got this week's Crystal of the Week video, sort of a Crystal of the Week video. Not technically a crystal, but hey, what are you going to do, right? This week's Crystal of the Week, sort of, is calcite. Mainly going to be focusing on yellow calcite, although there's a few other pictures in here of different colors because it comes in many different colors, as you can see in this picture. Whether you work with yellow calcite, green calcite, blue calcite, or one of the many other colors or types of calcite, you'll find positive energy from these healing crystals. It's enough to vanquish negative energies, break through energy blockages, and provide long-lasting mental clarity. Calcite is a carbonate mineral found in limestone and marble. These minerals make up a large part of the Earth's crust. So it's safe to say that calcite is a ubiquitous mineral, abundant and widely available. It's actually one of the most common minerals in the world and makes up the bulk of chalk and stalactites. Calcite is a calcium carbonate mineral that has been crystallized, but the calcite hardness only scores a 3 on the Mohs hardness scale, so it's not a common stone for jewelry, although you can find it in some jewelry and wire wrappings, etc., things like that. Doesn't mean it's impossible to find though. There's some calcite bracelets and other things, other pieces, and you can find individual calcite crystals suitable for jewelry. What is calcite mainly used for? There are tons of calcite uses, probably some that you never even would have thought of. Calcite properties make it an excellent stone to use in construction work. The construction industry is a predominant consumer of calcite crystals, leveraging the calcite properties to create things like mortar. This has been going on for thousands of years, and it's one of the primary components of limestone and marble. The great megalithic structures of antiquity wouldn't exist as we know it without the calcite stone. The pyramids of Giza, the Maya pyramids in Mexico and Guatemala, and the marble-filled pillared templates of ancient Greece all feature calcite stones. Calcite crystals are used to make pigments all across the globe, too. Today, calcite is used to produce cement and concrete to form extremely durable buildings and bridges. Some of the ways calcite was used throughout history: it was a popular healing crystal in ancient Egypt. Like quartz, lapis lazuli, and amazonite, pharaohs adorned their tombs with calcite crystals. It held a particularly strong significance to Egyptian culture at the time, because it was associated with the element of earth. After all, calcite can be found covering around 40% of the Earth's surface, and it makes up around 4% of the Earth's crust, too. The ancient Egyptians were fond of healing crystals for their metaphysical properties, and calcite was no different for them. They believed in the power of calcite's vibrant energy and thought it was an excellent stone for dissolving energy blockages and promoting a positive attitude. They thought it was a great crystal for amplifying energy and speeding up the healing process. The word calcite actually comes from the Latin word calx, which means lime from limestone. Pliny the Elder, a Roman author, naturalist, and philosopher, was the man who associated calcite with this word. In more recent history, high-quality calcite was used to create gun sights and anti-aircraft weaponry during World War II. The one I'm mainly showing here is yellow calcite. That's what I have quite a few pieces of. The piece that my mystery rock that I had a week or two ago that I showed, it turns out it's a big chunk of calcite. And just like the app said it was on the second go-around. Imagine that. Sometimes yellow calcite is called citrine calcite. Yellow calcite enhances mental energies and meditation abilities. It's usually light or dark gold in color and associated with the solar plexus and sacral chakras. Use this variety of calcite with other primary colored crystals like blue calcite, blue lace agate, or blue kyanite. Yellow calcite's meanings: the crystal speaks to your gut feelings, pushing you to express your true desires. It's a stone of wild ambitions and will support your journey every step of the way. It helps you rediscover your childlike inner passion and follow your dreams with anything is possible as a mindset. So there you go, a little bit about calcite, which is this week's Crystal of the Week. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, my mystery rock from last week was indeed calcite. According to my friend at the crystal shop, I took it in. She was like, "Oh, it's calcite. Here's another piece just like it."
That's cool that the app did get it right, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at it at first, and I thought when the guy showed it to me, I thought that's what it was. And he was like, "No, it's not calcite. It's, I don't know, it does kind of look like a mica, but I don't know exactly what it was." I was like, "How much is the mystery rock?" And he said, "How about $1?" I'm like, "Okay."
Sold.
Sold. So it turns out to be, worth quite more than $1.
Yeah, Debbie guessed calcite. I remember that.
Yep. Let's try the old rock app once again, see if it gets anything right tonight. We got some weird stuff up here.
Maybe.
Just not so normal crystals, but
What you do?
yeah.
Oh.
Oh no, I don't want to upgrade. I want to use the free version. Okay. See if it gets this right. I'll be amazed if it gets this right. It looks kind of green, but it's more white than it is green. I don't know
Oh, I
why.
thought it was TV stone at first.
Let's see what it says.
What is it?
It says it's in the feldspar group. It's a Kali feldspar.
What actually is it?
Not really sure.
Oh,
Definitely kind of looks like that though. Interesting. Let's see if it gets a normal one right. Hey, got that right.
I can't tell because of the blue light.
Amethyst nailed it. Who knows? Maybe this app does work fairly good. I hear cards shuffling.
You what?
I hear cards shuffling.
No, I was looking through my rocks. 'Cause I was looking for something the other day, and I thought maybe it was like there, and it's not. So now I don't know where it went.
It even got this right. Which I knew what it was, but it looks like a piece of jasper of some sort, but it's actually petrified wood. And I took a picture of it with this rock app, and it said it's petrified wood, a type of fossil. Agatized wood agate. This one. It can't possibly get this one right. Probably hard to see what it looks like too, but it is kind of bluish, purplish. Let's see what it says. Might be wrong on this one. It says it's mud rock or shale, red, brown, black, or gray. No, it's blue. Let me take that picture again with a flash. Now it says it's basalt, lava stone, lava rock, dark gray to black. No, it's actually Tiffany stone.
Tiffany stone. What's that?
It's one of those weird ones that's not really popular. But I know it's Tiffany stone because of who I got it from. Let's see what it says about it real quick.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's a really pretty stone.
Holy cow. Wow, they got gorgeous pieces. Utah. It looks like it's from Utah.
Yeah.
Holy crap, look at this one. I don't think I'll be able to see it though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, you can't really see the colors.
How much did you get it for?
Free. I had a few pieces of it. My friend he's got a big chunk of it, and he was cutting some slabs, and Just gave me these little end pieces. I mean, they're big enough to, make a pendant.
Oh,
or ring.
wow.
But yeah, they're really pretty.
Like, depending on the design or the cut, it's got a whole story in it, like a little painting. Each piece is like a painting.
Yeah. But yeah, Tiffany stone.
Now we
I'm
gotta
sure
go
there's-
to Utah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a scientific name for it, but yeah, bargain price, definitely. Picked up a bunch of rocks at that last meeting that I went to for $1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this one, the mystery block of something, and the purple one. I got this black obsidian that is sharp as hell. It's like a big chip.
Ooh.
Could actually use this for a knife just the way it is. It would cut the hell out of something. Got that piece of calcite, that piece of petrified wood.
They make letter openers with it in Mexico. I had
Yeah,
one of that for like $1 or something.
yeah, I used to have one of those. Yeah, Larimar's another really pretty one too. Masonite is another good one. Yeah, I was watching some of the on YouTube, some of the crystal show out in Tempe, Arizona. Holy crap. Insane crystals they were showing. Like 30, 50, $80,000 crystals.
That's crazy.
Just mind-blowing stuff though. What's
I
that
was freaked out when they transport them around. Like, I would be scared to be transporting my stuff, like display pieces around.
Yeah.
I just accidentally covered a bunch of stuff. I don't think you'll be able to see it.
What did you do?
This is a cool piece of amethyst. The pattern on it's cool. I polished that one,
Oh,
but I
nice.
didn't find that one. That was from a bag. Like when you buy a bag and then you can tumble them yourself.
Yeah.
Got that Wednesday night stuffiness already.
I gotta go out. I got a big box of rogs.
I got wrong.
Got a box of rocks for brains, apparently. Out in the garage, we were tumbling stuff and could fire up the tumbler and throw a bunch of rocks in there. I don't even know what's in there. There's all kinds of stuff.
I still have quite a few 5-gallon buckets full of raw material that I sorted, stayed in the bucket, never got to tumbling or anything. Like there's chalcedony quartz, smoky quartz,
Yeah.
amethyst, jasper, agates, all sorts of stuff in there. I have it in my storage.
Siriana says, show us your favorite rocks. Most of mine are in the living room now on the counter, on the shelf. But, I was showing Jamie this piece. Oh man, brain fart. Just had the name of it in my head. Just had it there, known it forever, and can't think of it now that I'm looking at it. But my friend at the crystal shop gave me this little carved snake out of it.
I love that. It's beautiful.
Somebody know what the name of this stuff is? It's that multicolored stuff. It's a man-made colorant, the way they treat it. But it's a really cool little snake. And I'm brain farting the name of it.
You knew it the other day.
Yeah.
I just forgot.
It was weird because we were looking at it at the show. Yeah, I do need a brighter light. Bismuth. There you go. Linda nailed
Here
it.
you go.
Yep, that's it. I knew it was there. I just couldn't remember it. Happens. Yeah, I gotta get better light. I gotta get a better camera set up in here.
I want to go to storage and get more of my rocks. I don't have much room to put stuff, but I want to go get like my bookends and those ones I told you about that I was missing.
Yeah.
I can't really get any of my. I've got big museum, like big seashells. I have like this huge Triton's trumpet. It was perfect until the stupid little Star Trek neighbors playing up and down, sword fighting up and down the stairs in the townhouse, hitting my wall. I had a shelf. Perfect Triton's trumpet. They knocked it. It fell off its stand, and the very, very little swirly tip broke off. I mean, it still looks like a perfect shell, but it was perfect.
Yeah.
I've got an Emperor's helmet. I've got a lot of really big, like a huge like a huge snail like this, just a regular snail. But I've got some really big, beautiful shells.
Yeah.
I just don't have anywhere to put them. And then I've got just a ton of like whole collection of cowrie shells alone, turban snail shells. Like I would try to collect as many species as I could.
Yeah.
But I was spending way too much money. That's like when the internet, like being able to buy things online a long time ago. Like when you first started kind of be able to buy stuff like that. I'm like, shit, I could buy rocks online. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And shells online. Boy, was I in trouble. I used to have to go like down to Monterey. You buy a souvenir. It's like, oh, I got to go to the shell shop,
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit, I can buy, there was this horse cowrie or a horse, there's a horse something or other. It was like a little teeny tiny conch type thing about this big. It was so expensive because they're that rare.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of money for that little shell.
Yeah, it was cool. My stepdad used to have a shell shop in our store downtown. It was cool. We'd get a lot of cool stuff. I used to have all kinds of stuff, and it's all gone now. I don't have any of it anymore, which sucks. Didn't realize what I had when I had it all. I had all kinds of fossils and just.
Oh, that's when you want to think about it.
I know. All kinds of cool stuff, and it's all gone.
Then I had a coral shelf. It was my skeleton, like my coral reef on the bookshelf. Huge pieces of coral. And then when I had the fish tank, the saltwater tank, anything I bought, like cup corals, stuff like that would die. I would just dry it out, and then boom, you've got like a $45 piece of coral now or whatever.
Yeah.
But the whole shelf is nothing but cool ass coral pieces. I've got this really delicate, like fan coral. It wasn't broke when I moved it a bunch of times. It's extremely fragile. But my living room used to be like it was like a museum. I was a nerd. I had like my rocks labeled. I had the shells with like the Latin names, like the little cards and everything. Yeah. And then that just got to be too much dusting. It was just too much.
This is a pretty insane amethyst.
I need to, Linda.
You know, you got to be a piece of amethyst when you can sit inside it.
I would just want to sit and meditate in that egg.
Yeah. I got a few crystal skulls. They're all fairly small. My Caribbean calcite's the biggest one. Yeah, that's a pretty good sized chunk. It's a pretty good sized
Holy cow.
too.
Out in Angel's Camp, there's quartz veins in the mountains, like big pieces of just quartz like that. You can't chisel it out, but it's nice to go lay on it.
Yeah.
Lay your whole body out, like on top of like the big vein slab in the sun. That was always my happy place. We'd go like fishing out the creek and just lay out on all the quartz like that. Listen to the birds, recharge in the sun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those amethyst and quartz tubs are so gorgeous. I can't even stand it.
Yeah, that'd be pretty insane.
Oh my goodness. They have the sinks too. They're incredible.
Yeah, these selenite crystals in Mexico still trip me out.
Yeah.
It's like being on another planet or something.
I can't even picture how clean the air, like the energy must feel in there.
Other than it's like 120 degrees.
Yeah, except that you're suffocating.
Sheer panic of dying probably kicks in. But yeah, it would be pretty spectacular to see it in real life.
That would be such a humbling experience too.
Yeah.
You feel so like small.
Yeah, I bet one of those tubs isn't cheap.
No way. And then it depends like what kind you get. There's a pink onyx bathtub. Oh, $20,593 on Etsy.
Wow.
And then there's a petrified wood black bathtub, marble bathtub for $7,500.
This is almost like a chevron amethyst bathtub. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah. That's amethyst. What is that?
It's amethyst. Almost kind of looks like chevron amethyst in a way. Yeah, you could definitely spend some money on a crystal tub.
There's an amethyst geode sink. That one's less than $800.
That would be pretty insane.
I'm sending that pink onyx bathtub. That's pretty cool, though.
No, I didn't get the Rebel deck yet, Zariana. I have to go grab it this week. I've looked at it for like 100 times, but got a few of them. Yeah, exactly, Linda. When you start looking at crystals on Etsy, it's just like you like look at the clock and it's like, holy crap, 3 hours have gone by.
I always worry too, like how authentic some of them are. I always
Yeah.
get afraid I would buy something and then it's not going to be what I get.
Yeah. Yeah. Crystal bath, that would be awesome.
Wow, this one bathtub, it's like they put it around the bathtub instead, like a slab. Oh shit. $1 million crystal bathtub. Holy cow, look at this one. Oh, my hands are shaking. I just found a whole subcategory. I didn't see it first.
Uh-oh. It's the crystal bathtub rabbit hole.
Oh my god.
Holy crap.
Here's another $1 million bathtub. Oh god, I want to take a bath, a salt bath in that so bad.
You know you're rolling in the dough when you can spend $1 million on a tub.
On one big rock for your bathtub.
Yeah. I think I'll get a new tub, upgrade. Oh yeah, what are you gonna get? $1 million tub. It was pricey, but you know.
And it doesn't do anything fancy.
Yeah. It's not like a jacuzzi tub, it's just a tub. 10 hours later. Yeah. Like that little thing. A few moments later, it's like a few hours later.
They're still sitting there scratching their head.
Yeah. Baths are definitely nice. My bathtub sucks though because it's too small. I can't even like stretch out in it, and you're like all cramped up in it. Feel like a baby. Been wanting to rip me. What's that?
Mine's got jets.
Oh, fancy. Yeah, mine doesn't have jack shit except a crack in the bottom that I got patched with flex tape. Been wanting to tear it out, and then I see my neighbor across the street. She always like definitely is ahead of me on everything. I see
like
her.
Repair wise.
What's that?
Repair wise.
Yeah. She's a badass. But yeah, she just ripped the tub out. It's all out at the edge of the road for the trash man to pick up in the morning. She ripped the whole thing out. I've been wanting to catch her outside and go talk to her and see what she replaced it with. I want to do tile in mine, just tile the whole damn thing in and make it where it's easy to just step in. It won't be a tub, but it'll be a nice tile shower. Because, you know, getting old, and I've already busted my ass in the tub a few times. Because you got to step it really high. It's never fun to fall in the tub. Makes you feel old really quick.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, I'm
doing like that.
Yeah, I'm doing like old person things. I fall and I can't get up. Where's my medic alert bracelet?
I still have that boot on my leg, you know, because of my foot.
Yeah.
This shower is a bath. It's not really supposed to be like the bathtub isn't the right thing because that was like a ceramic tub with the shower before with the tile wall, and it got replaced as a fiberglass jacuzzi tub now. So like you have to be careful kind of where you step and everything.
Yeah.
But to like step in and out of it just to take a shower. Luckily I have that little walker thing that the doctor had given me. So I fold that open when I go to take a shower now.
Yeah.
And I have to like hold it to step all the way over because I'm like I can totally see myself eating shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a few times. It's not fun.
Bust my face.
Yeah. Like got to call, emergency. I've fallen in my tub. I'm naked and covered with suds. Can you come get me? Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Then you're all slippery and they're trying to pick you up.
Yep. Drop you a few more times. Oops, sorry.
Oops.
Big fat watermelon seed. Sorry about that, sir.
Happy 420 to you. It's already been midnight for you.
Yeah, it is. It is officially 420. Officially.
And outside jacuzzi's nice too, Linda.
Yeah.
Always loved hot tubs since I was little. My aunt in Moss Beach, she lives in Half Moon Bay now, but she's got a hot tub outside my house fit for her. You sit outside, see the ocean, smell that cold ocean air, and you're sitting in a nice hot tub, jacuzzi tub. That's like heaven right there.
Yeah.
But they always had hot tubs growing up when I was little.
Yeah, the handles in the tub. I've been looking at those. Like if I tear my tub out and tile the whole thing, I'm definitely putting some of those shit grab handles in it.
I rented a house once that had a really cool shower because it had places to sit to like shave your legs, but then I realized it was made for people like, you know, that needed help because there's had like the bars and stuff in there. But it was nice. Like I would like that now.
Yeah.
Sit there, shave your leg, just like use the handle to get up.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, that's what shows you were talking about, Whoopi. Now, I haven't seen any of the shows from Coachella or anything this time around. I don't watch much TV or anything lately.
When was Coachella? Oh, I didn't even see this weather's so crazy. I didn't even think about Coachella.
Yeah.
Already down.
So you got anything planned for 420 celebrations tomorrow?
Well, Jeffrey's supposed to come out, and we are going to do our rituals for new moon, our readings and all that. And because it's 420, I mean, it's basically like the same thing as usual. Yeah. Just we usually just smoke out a bunch anyway. He rolls really good. He rolls the ones like the, with the cone, like the cone with the little crutch in it.
Yeah.
The king size ones. So we'll probably have a few of those and do some cards and bullshit for a while.
Lori says, "What's 420 about? How would you describe 420?" April 20th.
Celebration where everybody uses an excuse to smoke weed. Only basically we smoke weed every day anyway, but it's like, yay, we get to talk about it on 420.
Yeah.
But it has, I'm trying to find it. It has to do with like the reason 420 is because that's like the number of chemicals and THC or whatever it is. That's where 420 comes from.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different stories. I think I did something on it last year because our show last year was on 420.
Yeah, it was on 420, but I wasn't there because we were. Isn't that the day I wasn't there?
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, it was a bunch of high schoolers that used to get together at 420. Supposedly, there's all kinds of myths and mayhem about it, but.
Yeah, I thought it had to do with, they're talking about the high school. Yeah, the high schoolers at 420.
Yeah, when I went in the dispensary here.
Yeah, that's all that's coming up, but I could have sworn it's something to do with the number of stuff that's in the THC.
International Pot Smoking Day, exactly.
Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket.
That's the ticket. Yeah. Yeah, when I was in the dispensary, I was like, damn. this might be a cool job. Could be a bud tender. That's what they're called nowadays, huh?
Yeah. They get nice perks.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's a good job. That first year when California, it became legal, and it happened to be right around 420. So it was like the first 420 where it was totally legal, which everybody already smoked in the park, like Golden Gate Park and all that. But I'm like, there's going to be a cloud of smoke from space. Like, I wondered what California would look like from space.
Yeah.
And then I did see a picture of California on 420 day in space.
Yep.
There was so much pot.
I like the video that was going around Facebook the other day. It's a black guy, and he's just all like gacked out, and he's like, why do you white people make your edibles so strong?
That was hilarious.
Yeah, it was. I'm tasting colors. I got in my car to leave, and my car had turned into a spaceship. I am not an astronaut. Yeah.
That was so funny.
Why do you white people make your edibles so strong? Yep. I still remember, I've told that story several times, when Jen, no longer here with us, Jen sent me some gummies from out there in the state of California. Me, never had them. Took one. Was like, these things suck. They're not doing anything. Ate another one. Driving to Walmart. Yeah, these gummies, these edibles, I don't know, man. This is some bullshit. Went to get out of the car. Yeah, it hit hard.
That's funny.
Yeah, I remember one night you got some gummies and ate them all.
Oh, yeah. I haven't had gummies in hell long, though. I miss them. It's one of those things, though, like, the first day it works good, but if I, like, eat them the next day, it doesn't work as good the next day.
Yeah.
So it's always like the first time after I haven't had it in a long time is always so good. So the next time I have it, it's going to be really good.
Yeah. I have to go in there tomorrow and see if they're giving anything away. Said,
Yeah.
tons of door prizes. Yeah, I had a few of them, Laurie. I had a few too many.
You know what's fun is like when they'd have we've got, what was it called, the pot expo, the weed expo.
Yeah.
They would have out here, and we like, Oaksterdam and all that, but the expo was like right by there. And the first time we went, you go in there and all these people are like giving away samples of edibles, all this stuff. And it's like microdosing throughout the whole thing. By the end, you will never, it's like chasing the dragon. After you go to an expo, you'll never reach that same feeling, no matter what combination you try, how you try it. Because each person gives you like a little sample of this, a sample of that, a drink of this. Alone, none of it would do anything. But by the time you're walking out that door, you're just like, oh, just la, la, la. Let's go to the beach.
Linda's first time you ate a full tub of popcorn and you're laughing, you don't remember the movie. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's great.
So why did I come here? Yeah, like if you buy weed out there, is there like, if it's, whatever, $30 an eighth or something, do they charge tax on top of that?
Yeah, there's a lot of tax out here.
Huh.
California, the dispensaries, there's a shitload of cat tax.
There doesn't seem to be here.
Tax. 15% cannabis tax.
Damn. It must be in the price of the stuff here because
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, because what I've looked at, if it was, you know, $30 or $50 or $20, that's how much it is when you pay for it. Weird. I don't know. It's a whole.
Oh, they're going to change it July 1st, 2025.
Yeah, Indiana doesn't seem like it would want to legalize. I signed a thing today, a petition or whatever the hell they're called. Yeah, it's, you know, Florida's still like, it should have been legal here several years ago, but it always gets hung up right at the end.
This says medical marijuana legal in Florida, but there's no cannabis sales tax for it. Recreational, yeah. So is illegal, so there's no taxes for it.
Yeah, because I heard somebody I was talking to was complaining about, you know, oh yeah, but you got to pay tax on it, and then it's not so great a deal, and because the taxes are ridiculous. And I'm like, I don't think I pay tax on it. But anyways,
You had to pay cash, right?
I don't have to. No, I can pay with a card or whatever.
Oh, this says wire Florida dispensaries cash only. And they said there's an ATM machine. While the state of Florida allows the use of medical marijuana, the federal government does not. That means a patient cannot use a credit card to buy the drug.
Oh yeah, they told me it has to be a debit card.
Okay.
So yeah.
Loopholes, right?
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
There's lots of.
So ridiculous. Why is there even a damn regulation? Money.
Yeah, all it is. Like
money from a plant that grows in the mother effing ground.
Which
is illegal in New York.
Yeah.
Unless you buy it already processed into a gummy or an edible. Then it's legal.
Wow.
What are you saying?
Oh yeah, it's about money. It's just like the story I was telling you about getting my prescription. Yeah, right. It's just a money grabber.
100%.
Yeah, I've thought about that, Azariana. It's like they have crazy sales here, you know, and it's like normally it's like $215 for an ounce of weed, and sometimes they'll have it on sale. I've seen it for 100. It's like, you go in there and buy like 4 ounces and turn around and sell it a week later for the regular price. But yeah, you're not supposed to do that.
That would be unethical.
Unorthodox.
I'm
sure people do it.
For sure.
Yeah, one of my friends, he was like, "Hey, can you get me some weed at the dispensary?" I'm like, well, you know,
I can be your personal shopper.
I said, "Why don't you just get your weed card?" Oh no, man, I couldn't do that.
Because you don't want his name in the system.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the system.
I don't want anybody to know I smoke weed. So what? Am I anybody here? What, am I not anybody? Come on. I haven't turned 60 yet, but my next birthday, it'll be the big 6-0. Can you believe it? I never thought I'd make it to 60. Never saw myself as a 60-year-old dude sitting on the internet talking about weed and crystals.
That's funny. Puzzles and ghosts.
Puzzles and ghosts. Yep.
Rocks and snakes.
Rocks and snakes.
I'm sure some of that you might have thought you'd be talking about.
Yeah, probably. May 9th. Happy pre-birthday.
May 6th. I will be 46,
Youngster.
which is the next chunk into 50. I didn't think I'd make it to 17.
Yeah. Yeah, Zarian, I've got the AARP and got the AAA with the senior discounts. Hell, my phone. When we got new phones, they looked and saw how old we were, and they were like, "Oh, you can get the senior discount." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of that."
Of course.
I go in Michael's. Oh yeah, I'll take the senior discount. My brother's like, "Oh yeah, you can get free coffee here, and you can do this." He's got it like all planned out.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, doesn't Denny's and stuff, or they used to have like, you get a discount for a certain age?
Yep.
Damn, yeah, I'd be making sure I knew about all that. You need,
Yeah, it'd
watch
be
as
nice.
soon as I turn, they're gonna be like, "Well, we don't have that anymore." Like my hybrid.
I tried to get the seniors discount at the dispensary the other day. And they were like, "You have to be 60." I'm like, "Oh, damn, I'm not quite there yet. Give me a few more months." Yeah, if you travel, yeah, there's all kinds of things. Yep, free coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. See, that's where my brother goes to get free coffee. Because he's 14 years older than me. So
How often do you get it?
I don't know. He probably goes there every day. He goes to like there and goes to Publix and makes coffee, and he's got a few places where they give free coffee, and he just gets free coffee all day long.
That's what Jeff's dad would do.
Really?
Yeah, that and tea, and he'd always have like tea packets. He always has like tea packets because it's like goes around and gets like coffee places. He
Yep.
knows all the spots. Like my dad knew all the bathrooms. No matter where we were, he knew where the bathroom was.
Yep. Yeah, I'm a Dunkin' person, not a Starbucks person.
Yeah.
I haven't been in Starbucks in several years now. Went to the one here and they had a no firearms allowed. I'm like, well, I guess I can't get coffee here today. Hadn't been back since. Well, it's high past time. We should be getting the hell out of here. Travel. I'm planning on traveling. We're going to be doing some traveling. One of those Mercedes Sprinters caught my eye today. There's
Oh, bad.
I was like, ooh. I could pull off getting this thing.
Oh my goodness.
Sell my cars.
Those are sick. Huh?
Could sell my cars, motorcycle, boats.
I mean, Mercedes? Shit.
Yeah, those things. It's a Mercedes, but it's what the new Ram camper van type thing is after, is that vehicle. But yeah, they go. It's supposed to be the 1,000,000-mile vehicle. I don't know if I believe that, but hey. I had a Ford Ranger that had 300,000 miles on it when I got rid of it, so it was over 250,000 miles.
Damn.
I drove the damn tar out of that thing. Yes, making your own coffee is the best. That's what I do every morning. Still drinking mushroom coffee. Just got a new bag today.
I still got to start.
As long as it's not a Tesla. If I bought a bunch of Dogecoin, I said, hey, if I become, rich off of this cryptocurrency thing, I'll buy a Tesla. Well, so far I've just lost money. No Tesla in my future. I've got to worry about that, as Ariana. Yeah, that's my problem. This truck pulled in the other day at the grocery store, and I was like looking at it and going, damn, that thing's bad. How in the hell would I get in this thing without a ladder? And I ain't getting on a ladder every day just to get in the car. How are you supposed to get out?
Yeah.
I'll put one of those inflatable pads, like when people got to jump off the building.
Airplane.
Yeah.
Slide down the airplane.
Exactly. Yeah, it makes me freak out about my e-bikes catching on fire when you see all those videos. But then you saw the videos of the hoverboards that would catch on fire. I don't know.
Did you see that catch? This thing almost took off like a ninja star.
I caught it out of the corner of my eye, that snatch.
It shot off of one hand real fast, and I just went, and I caught it right away. I was like, damn, that's going to go through my computer screen.
All right. Well, I guess we're done. We're out of here. We're just hanging out.
Oh, 11/11, make a wish.
11/11, make a wish.
I haven't wished the same thing ever since COVID started.
All right. Well, y'all have a great rest of the week, and we will see you again for the next episode of Weird Wednesday. Right here on this channel. Probably see you Sunday. Paranormal Soup. Later, alligator.